Hello water signs, Barbara here with your full moon reading for the 19th of November 2021. This will take you up to the next full moon. For you, I've chosen a Cathar Tarot, which is a lovely, gorgeous, goldy deck, really good card. I'll show you the back actually, because I don't know if you can see the reflection on it. There we go. That's how shiny it is, all golden. And for you, I've drawn the Six of Shields. Now, in the Cathar Tarot, shields represent wands, which would have been wands in a normal deck sort of thing. And wands are normally about going out there, you know, the fire signs and all this sort of stuff. But with this one, shields to me, and possibly with you, shields to me are more about protection and defense. You know, if somebody's coming at you with a spear, for instance, you put a shield up and protect yourself. You also put a shield around you when you're working psychically or anything like that, and people say, oh, you've got a shield down, when you've sort of got a bit of a blockage there. So it's a positive and a negative. And I certainly feel with this particular deck, it's not a defense card, it's that protection that's so important. Because if you think the main figure here is within a house, that is protection, just having a roof over their head. And even to the luxury of these mouldings at the top, you only get them in really, really fancy houses. So, medieval times, because this is sort of based on medieval Cathar sort of religious faith sort of thing. So to live in a house like this, it would have been quite a thing to do. This person coming in, though, is almost like a messenger, bringing you some really, really good news. And remember, sixes are all about moving on. You've got over the sort of the wobble of the 5 cards. And in a normal deck, this is classed as a victory card. So it's the guy on the horse, with his wreath on the top, like, oh, I've just won this battle. Like I said, it's a battle one, not necessarily the war. But I feel that there is some good news coming towards you, that all the things that you've been fighting for the last few months, or perhaps even longer, is suddenly going to work themselves out. It might be just one little bit of news that you really needed to hear, and you go, wow, that's it. All that hard work was worth it, and boy, have you put some hard work into things. I also feel it's going to represent sort of things around your family as well, because in here again, I don't know, I'll put it up again, I don't know if you can see, it's like a small child there. It doesn't mean you're going to have a baby, incidentally. Well, you could do, who knows. But I consider friends as my family as well. So it's not just going to affect you, it's going to affect the people you love as well. So I feel there's good opportunities coming that way, that you can actually spread the joy to other people. But I also look at this, there's a little bit of health. This to me is almost like a healer coming in, holding the hand, and saying, I'm giving you strength, I'm giving you healing. So if you've been feeling a little low ebb over the while, or sort of coming into it, a lot of people suffer from that, what's it called, sad, when the sun isn't there at all, like today when I'm doing this, it's all dark and dreary and whatever, perhaps you need that little bit of healing, that little bit of sunshine in your life. So why not take some time out to really improve your health? I'm not about going and doing exercise, although of course that would be very, very good, but a bit of a treat to lighten your mood as well. Why not? Go to a spa, have a massage or something, go for a Reiki treatment, just to balance those chakras and get you moving, ready for the fall, ready for the fall. We've already had the fall. Here, remember, it's all about you feeling strong and victorious. And that's the thing. You've been put down quite a lot. Well, actually, you've been put down quite a lot by yourself, haven't you? You see, this is the trouble with water signs. You're all a little bit emotional sometimes. And stop putting yourself down. You are so amazing. And this is just proving it. This 6 is like, yay, thank goodness at last you've got over the worst. It's moving forward, you're moving uphill, once you get to the top of that hill, you can freewheel down again, sort of thing, and enjoy the ride. That's what's going on. I don't know, this sounds bizarre. Every time I say, I don't know what this is supposed to be in the background, whether it's supposed to be a fancy wall or something. I just see a wine rack, which is very odd, but that's the way I think, obviously. Interestingly, also through the door, and I have to say, I've got to take my glasses off for this. I'm not quite sure what's outside. It's certainly green here, which you won't be able to see. I think They're buildings or something going on out there, I don't know. But the fact that this guy's come in, he's barefoot, you know, and you think about, all right, this is a religious deck. So if you think of Jesus, often portrayed, you know, barefoot, handing out the healing, that can only mean a good thing for you. Relationship wise, I think you need to accept some help from an outside source. Now, if you've got kids, perhaps you're just doing a little bit too much and you're a little bit bombarded with them. So get granddad, whoever, neighbour to just give you a hand, give you a rest for a bit. But in relationships in general, believe there's new people coming into your life and one very special person. Now that could be a new love interest or it could be just a new best mate. But nevertheless, they're going to be very important to you and they're going to lift you up out of those doldrums. Financially, things are starting to smooth out. So even though we're running into a very expensive time of year, not just with Christmas, but with, you know, heating and all the electricity and all that sort of stuff and the cost of fuel going up and everything else, feel things aren't going to peak for you in a bad way. You know, it's not like, oh my goodness, how are we going to manage? It'll still, you'll have the odd blip, but you will cope, and that's the whole point. So no major worries there at all. Remember, this is a 6. This is moving onwards. For those people looking for a new job, why not bearing in mind that this person is in their home, why not look for jobs that you can do from home, whether it's setting up, you know, a craft business or something. Though this time of year, although it's coming up to Christmas time, you haven't got enough time really to do that to make benefits of the Christmas season. But perhaps as an extra job, something you can do in your spare time, or equally a job that you can literally work from home. There's a lot of offices now that are, you know, at least most of the time should be working from home. So it can benefit you, and that will benefit your health as well, without having to struggle about going into work, commuting, where am I going to get the money for the petrol, blah, 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 that sort of thing. So it's a good time to look for home working or a job that is nearer to home. So it might be you could ask for a transfer perhaps to a branch of wherever you're working nearer to home, or perhaps start looking for a job that is nearer to home. It's all about home life. You know, this shield, it's that protection for you. Why do you want to travel miles commuting when you can do it from home? So there's a lot of positives in this at the moment. I'm particularly excited about the new person coming into your life. You know, it's a lucky you. I wish I had somebody new coming into my life. I meet people all the time. It's fine. So think, oh, what's that up there? Sorry, just complete. Oh no, that's just looking in the camera. So I wonder what this was. It's just the ceiling, that sort of thing. That's a high ceiling. Now think about it. That high ceiling, you can reach to the heights. You've got more maneuverability. And I think actually that's a really interesting thing to say. You at the moment have more maneuverability. So you can move from job to job. You can move and find new friends. I'm not saying you have to move house. You are protected at the moment. So I wouldn't think necessarily about doing that. I mean, perhaps next year you could look forward, but you are safe at the home. And I think that's important for you at the moment, isn't it? To be told that you are safe, you are protected, your health is improving, even if it's only in your mind, and things are really moving on for you. Very, very blessed at the moment. Anyway, like I said, this will take you up to the next full moon. So until then, see you soon. Bye for now.